Mastering new product development. Optimal resource allocation is the key to unlocking operational excellence in new product development. Why do we need to establish a structured approach to allocating resources and budget for new product development projects, and what methodologies can we employ to optimize our resource allocation and budgeting processes to achieve operational excellence in NPD? Establishing a structured approach to allocating resources and budget for new product development, NPD, projects is crucial to achieving operational excellence in NPD. This is because NPD projects involve multiple stakeholders, complex activities, and significant investments, making it essential to optimize resource allocation and budgeting processes to ensure project success. The need for a structured approach arises from the following reasons. 1. Resource scarcity. Organizations have limited resources, and NPD projects compete with other initiatives for these resources. A structured approach ensures that resources are allocated efficiently to maximize project outcomes. 2. Complexity and uncertainty. NPD projects involve uncertainty, risk, and complexity, which can lead to scope creep, delays, and cost overruns. A structured approach helps to manage these challenges and ensure that resources are allocated effectively. 3. Stakeholder expectations. Various stakeholders, including customers, investors, and team members, have differing expectations from NPD projects. A structured approach ensures that resource allocation and budgeting align with stakeholder expectations. 4. Scalability and repeatability. As organizations grow, their NPD pipelines expand, making it essential to establish scalable and repeatable processes for resource allocation and budgeting. To optimize resource allocation and budgeting processes, organizations can employ the following methodologies. 1. Stage gate process. This approach involves dividing the NPD process into distinct stages, each with its own set of activities, resource allocation, and budget. This structured approach ensures that resources are allocated efficiently and effectively throughout the project lifecycle. 2. Resource capacity planning. This methodology involves assessing the organization's resource capacity and allocating resources to NPD projects based on their priority, complexity, and resource requirements. This approach ensures that resources are allocated to projects that can realistically be completed within the available capacity. 3. Agile portfolio management. This approach involves managing NPD projects as a portfolio, prioritizing projects based on their strategic alignment, customer needs, and business goals. Agile portfolio management enables organizations to allocate resources dynamically to projects that offer the highest returns. 4. Zero-based budgeting. This methodology involves allocating resources and budget from a zero balance for each NPD project, rather than relying on traditional incremental budgeting approaches. This approach ensures that resources are allocated based on project needs, rather than historical budget allocations. 5. Resource allocation models. Organizations can employ resource allocation models, such as the Boston Consulting Group, BCG, Matrix or the McKinsey 7S framework, to allocate resources to NPD projects based on their strategic importance, market potential, and competitive advantage. 6. Activity-based costing, ABC. This methodology involves allocating costs to specific activities and tasks within NPD projects, enabling organizations to identify areas of inefficiency and optimize resource allocation. 7. Earned value management, EVM. This approach involves tracking the value earned by NPD projects against their planned budgets and schedules, enabling organizations to identify variances and optimize resource allocation in real time. To achieve operational excellence in NPD, organizations should consider the following best practices. 1. Establish a centralized resource allocation and budgeting function. This function should be responsible for allocating resources and budget across NPD projects, ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently and effectively. 2. Develop a resource allocation and budgeting framework. Organizations should establish a framework that outlines the principles, processes, and methodologies for allocating resources and budget to NPD projects. 3. Use data and analytics. Organizations should leverage data and analytics to inform resource allocation and budgeting decisions, ensuring that resources are allocated to projects that offer the highest returns. 4. Foster a culture of collaboration and transparency. Organizations should encourage collaboration and transparency across functions and teams, ensuring that resource allocation and budgeting decisions are aligned with business goals and stakeholder expectations. 5. Continuously monitor and evaluate. Organizations should continuously monitor and evaluate their resource allocation and budgeting processes, identifying opportunities for improvement and optimizing their approaches to achieve operational excellence. By establishing a structured approach to allocating resources and budget for NPD projects, organizations can optimize their resource allocation and budgeting processes, achieve operational excellence, and deliver successful NPD projects that meet customer needs and business goals.